is all about believing in possibilities. That's what day one is all about. Hi, Monisha, Jennifer. Oh, so excited to see you guys here. I am. Now, it's all about possibilities. It's all about believing that anything that we want, doesn't matter how crazy it is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely possible. And the fact that we have the knowledge, because you see, here it is. All possibilities exist, and then the possibility that we give our attention to. Attention. Hi, Nicole. Attention. The possibility that we give our attention to becomes the highest probability. And when it is the highest probability and we keep giving it attention, what happens? It becomes a certainty. From possibility to probability to certainty. That's the journey. And so, hang on, 1 second. Zara, are you telling me that if I choose which possibility I want to turn into a certainty, I can do that? Yes, you got it. That's exactly what I mean. Hi, Margie. So many versions of any situation exist in the now. Yes, Moni, that is exactly it. All possibilities exist. So let's say that I was looking for a blouse and I wanted a salmon colored blouse, right? A t-shirt. Every shade of this t-shirt is a possibility that's out there. The one that I will actually end up bringing home depends on where I've been focusing, right? That's the difference. So hang on 1 second. I can control where I pay attention. I can control what to see. And if I see things that I don't like, I can close my eyes. Or I can look the other way. Look that way. That's under my control. I control that. I have control. And therefore, nothing is going to take me off guard. I know what's coming. I know what's coming. How do I know what's coming? I don't know specifically what color this t-shirt is going to be. I don't know which shade I'm going to bring home. But I know I'm going to get a salmon colored t-shirt and it's going to be the perfect color for me. And it's going to come into my life at the perfect time when I'm really going to enjoy having it. And it's going to be the absolute perfect fit. Because all of that is up to the universe. And the universe knows in perfection how to bring all of that to me. Yes, isn't that exciting? Oh my God, that is so exciting to know. So I don't have to plan or focus on the exact shade. I don't, because that's just going to stress me out. If I do that, then I'm going to be saying, oh my God, there's so many shades and I hope I don't get any of these other shades. I just want that shade. See, that is where stress comes from. But when you start understanding how the universe works, you don't need to do it that way. Hang on 1 second. Moni, what are you saying? But the best thing is whatever shows up, exactly whatever shows up is on the way to where you're going, Moni. Yes. So let's say somebody brings me a gift and it is a t-shirt, but it's not salmon colored. Maybe it's blue. Let's say it's blue. What's my reaction going to be? Am I going to sit there and say, universe, I asked you for a salmon colored t-shirt and I just got a gift, but it's blue. And I don't really want a blue t-shirt. So I'm going to send this back. No, you don't do that. You say, oh, I got a blue t-shirt. The universe sent me along the lines of what I want because I wanted a t-shirt. Well, here's a blue one. That just means I wasn't ready for the salmon yet. That's all it means. I wasn't really ready for salmon. And so I'll take the blue and I'll enjoy the blue for now. And then I know that when I'm ready, the right one will show up. Yes. Oh, thank you, Mary Helen. It just showed up. I had not planned it, right? And see, this is what faith is. That's what faith is. Faith is, good morning, Natalie. Faith is, whatever shows up is the right thing for me at this point in time. And it is just a step. If it's not what I wanted, it is just a step towards where I'm going. But if it is what I wanted, that means it's time for me to give birth to another desire, a new desire. How exciting is that? So now I have the perfect salmon colored t-shirt. I'm planning my next one, right? My next round of shopping. What colors do I want? Because this is satisfying. I like the fabric, I like the stitching, I like the color, it fits well, it's so comfortable. Good morning, Natalie. Hi, Louis, so exciting to see you here. So, all possibilities exist simultaneously. Hi, Jennifer. And we can pick which one. So, if I start looking at that shade of salmon and I say, oh, that's a horrible shade, I hope that doesn't end up being the one I get. Well, guess what? Just because I'm now paying attention to the fact that it exists, it is already on its way to me. And then it's going to end up in my life and I'm going to look at it and say, but that's the opposite of what I wanted. No, don't do that. Don't do that, because that takes you down the emotional scale, and everything that we want is high up on the emotional scale. And so, who cares? The fact that a t-shirt showed up means that I'm on the right track, because I was asking for a t-shirt. It's not exactly the color I wanted, but it is a t-shirt. It is comfortable. I'll enjoy it for now. And you know, the example that comes to mind is dating, right? People go on dates and then they say, oh, but that was horrible. No, but it was a date. Would you much rather have stayed home? Right? Because you asked to go dating. So the universe is bringing you all these shades. And they may not be the perfect shade that you asked for, but it's along the path. It's along the path. So instead of getting discouraged, it's time to get excited. It's time to get excited because the universe is showing you that you're on the path. So that's where satisfaction comes from. Satisfaction comes from saying, all right, I'm on my way. The universe will look after everything. I just need to keep going. I need to take one step after another step after another step. Hi, Nicole. Yes, enjoy it for now, Nicole. That's the message. Enjoy whatever is before you for now. So this date that you're going on, maybe it's not the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, but be okay with that. Don't push them out of the window. That will not go well for you or them. See what I mean? All right. Appreciate. Yes, that's right, Moni. When we appreciate now, then we lay the vibrational foundation for our future. Hi, Elena. And the now is important. It is absolutely important. But even more important than this now moment is the next moment that we are in the process of creating, right? Because this now, everything that we could have done to make it the way we wanted it to has already happened. But the thoughts that we are thinking just now about this now is what is creating the next moment, is what is going to create what happens tomorrow. And even though tomorrow does not look exactly like my end destination, but I'm on the path. I'm on the path. And because I'm on the path, hi Natalie, because I'm on the path, hi Elena, I will get there. I'm not stuck. I'm on the path. And in fact, if my next day is not as good as I wanted it to be, that's the universe sending me a message. And the message is, come on, Zara. Gotta do more, sweetheart. Here, what's Margie saying? Yes, that's right. There you go. You knew it. Margie, that's excellent. There you go. That's it. You see? Yes, just an indication that we are on the right path is enough. So for me to get a blue t-shirt as a gift from a friend means that I'm on the right path, because what am I manifesting? T-shirts. I'm manifesting t-shirts. So eventually the color I want will show up. So I'm going to be so appreciative of the fact that I have this today to enjoy, and I'm going to do my best to milk it, because there's so much to be milked in our lives, right? And that's what the section about blessings is all about, folks. It's about us realizing that we already have things right here, this moment, that we can enjoy. We can rekindle. So the 6 thinking choices. A painting that I brought home 3 years ago, and it's on my wall, and now I pass by that painting without noticing it. But I don't have to. I don't have to. I can still look at it. I'm actually looking at it because it's right out there in my foyer. And I still remember going and looking at hundreds of framed paintings and loving the colors of this one. It still has the same colors. I still enjoy it. I haven't thrown it out. I love it. It's beautiful. So all I have to do is take 60 seconds to rekindle the joy that I had when I first brought it home. That's it, right? And if I can do that, then I'm already well on my way. Oh no, Angela, you are, sweetheart, perfect timing. It is always perfect timing. Moni saying it's almost like, why isn't the tree ready today? Yes, that's right. That's right. You plant a seed, you have to allow it time to grow. You plant a seed and you understand that it's on its way. It's happening. There's a lot happening inside the seed that we cannot see. Oh, thank you, Angela. I feel wonderful. I feel like day one is so exciting, right? Day one is so exciting because day one is planting that seed of a tree. And we then just leave it alone. And we just go about our way enjoying doing the gardening, right? Oh, I'm so glad, Louis, that it is resonating with you. Absolutely. And you know what? Just now, there are so many people who are germinating because they're at home and they're waiting for the next phase. And so, can you imagine that day when people step out of their homes? Can you imagine the joy and the excitement? It's giving me goosebumps. Oh my God, the joy and the excitement of people coming out. The whole world is going to be swept with a wave of excitement, and the world needs that energy. That's what contrast is all about. So, the asking of this earth, the asking of the plants and the animals and people, so many people asking for well-being, it is being answered. Huge contrast has been served. And that contrast is going to make us realize, is making us realize that we live in a beautiful world. And that there is so much to be enjoyed. And that we actually like seeing those people that we didn't earlier like seeing. Right? Lindsay, Mary Ellen, so happy to see you here. Yay! So happy to see all of you here. So, we in our own way, every day when we wake up with just a tiny little bit of excitement for the day that's going to unfold in perfection, that little joy is all we need, in fact, to coast on that joy for the rest of this day and the next day, because it's up to us to keep that joy going. It's up to us, and we can do it. And that's, I think, when we gather in the morning, just for a few minutes, when we gather as a group in the morning, that's what we do. We create this spark that not only helps everyone else, it also helps us. And we end up having a good day. And I remember Abraham saying once that a string of good days is what a happy life is. That's it. So we don't need to plan that far ahead. It's not about what's going to happen to me 10 years down the road. It's about what is happening to me now and what attitude am I bringing to it. Because my attitude is everything. That is everything. My attitude today is going to create a good day for me tomorrow. And a good day tomorrow is going to create another good day. And then that day is going to create another day and another day. 9 months of what I asked for. Yes, Margie. See, that's the thing. Until we have contrast, we don't appreciate what we already have. And life is not about complacency. See, here's the thing. Don't confuse satisfaction with complacency. Satisfaction means I'm actually enjoying what is here before me. And complacency means there's nothing more to ask for. But there's always more to ask for. Always. Hi, Andrea. There's always more to ask for. And so we are starting a brand new journey. A brand new 40-day cycle for the folks in the Unicorn Club. And a brand new 365-day cycle for the folks in the Mastermind. Unicorns, we're going to have such a good time because the 40-day cycle ends and starts again. But what makes the 365 days different is that new affirmations are coming along and there will be new self-talk and material to support those new affirmations. And I am beyond thrilled about that. So for the folks, hi Subha, for the folks in the Unicorn Club, the Unlimited Law of Attraction Coaching and Support Group, I will be live in the group every Sunday morning to answer your questions and to spend time with you, hang out with you, and have fun with you. And the folks in the Mastermind group, I will see you every morning at 8:30 as I've been used to doing, right? And then on the weekends, you know, I'm not an early riser on the weekend. So on the weekends, it's 10:30, right? It's 10:30 EST because I'm in Toronto and that's Eastern time. So we're just going to keep having fun. Isn't it true? So Moni has a comment, Zara, isn't it true when we are not liking what's here in front of me, I'm actually not liking myself because it's my power? Well, Moni, I'm going to just see more of your comment. It's how you look at it, right? And it's all about the emotional scale, because for those people who start understanding law of attraction and they understand their own power, yes, you can say that I'm creating this, so it's my power that's creating what's before me. So if I don't like what's before me, I must be doing something that I shouldn't be doing. But for a lot of people, blaming other people outside of you is a step up the emotional scale. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing to understand is that what happens today is an indication to me that I need to do something differently. I need to ramp up my act. I need to appreciate more. Maybe I need a nap or two. Maybe I need to meditate. Maybe I should just go for a walk. Maybe I need some stretches to get the energy going through my body. But my manifestation just now is telling me what I need to do. That's the thing to understand. And rather than say it's happening because of me, because what that does is guilt. Guilt is the worst emotion you can feel, right? So now I'm responsible for what has just happened. So now I'm going to beat up on myself. Actually takes away from self-worth, then creates self-worth. So I'm not going to do that, because that's just going to take me in the opposite direction from where I really want to go. All I'm going to say is, hang on, the universe is screaming loud and clear. Do something different. And I am getting that message and I'm going to act on it. That's the important thing. So we should, because the universe does not grade us. The universe doesn't say Moni has an A grade and Zara has a C. Universe does not do that. Universe always sees the perfection in us, and when we don't see the perfection in us, that's when we go down the emotional scale. So Moni is clarifying, I mean, why not love what's in my now, because it's my creation, so I'm a powerful creator. Yes, that's right. You're right about that. So I created this, so I'm just going to enjoy it. I made my bed, now I'm going to lie in it, right? And it's okay. It is never the end of the world. It is never, ever, ever the end of the world. Yes, if you appreciate your being a powerful creator, Moni, that is fantastic. And we are powerful creators, aren't we? We are creating every little detail that is in our lives. So much more to ask for, Margie is saying. This assignment I was given by my guides during this time was to think of new and exciting things I want to do and have once, yes, that's right, and have, let's see the whole message. My previous physical life, I think how I want to enjoy this person and what fun I want to have. It's been fun to think of things. Yes. That's the whole thing. It's about not planning for a very long time horizon. Just today, I remember way back when I came out of my marriage, ran away from home, and my daughter was extremely young, and in those days I was in Pakistan and there were no daycares. So I used to have a woman come and babysit for me every day. And on days when she did not show up in the morning, I used to be in panic mode, wondering whether I should take the child with me to work or whether I should stay home or what should I do, because I had no support systems. And in those days, I learned that if I tried to focus ahead and think about what was going to happen tomorrow or the day after that or the day after that, that the stress that created in my life was so big that it was overwhelming. I would get frozen. I would freeze and I would not know what to do next. So in that experience, I learned to start telling myself, I just need to get through this day. I just need to make it through this one day, and I'll deal with tomorrow when tomorrow comes. I don't need to deal with tomorrow today. I don't need to deal with next week today. I just need to get through this one day. And I find that so many years later, now my daughter is 28, so many years later, that philosophy, I just need to get through this one day, is a really wonderful philosophy to have. I'm just going to get through this one day. I just have to make the best of this one day. And that's why the morning pre-paving, when we say, I want to end this day feeling happy and satisfied, it is so powerful, right? It is so powerful because what it's telling us is we just need to focus here and now. I just want to finish this one day feeling happy and satisfied with my attitude, basically. My attitude, I want to end this day feeling happy and satisfied. So what's Angela saying? Do you recommend getting a new 40-day workout for this 365 version? Are there any other materials you recommend right now? Okay, so Angela, I shared an exercise. You were there yesterday for the mastermind group. I shared an exercise that is new. What's going to happen is that's why you guys, you beautiful people, are my founders group, because along with you, I'm going to be preparing materials which will become available on Kajabi. So the exercise that I gave you guys yesterday is I'm going to put that in a PDF, and you'll find it on Kajabi along with a video to accompany it. And so what's going to happen is you're going to find all your materials on Kajabi as they are being created every week. So, and just now there's nothing there, right? That's why you're my founding group. You're interacting with you, co-creating with you is helping me to put the materials together. So what I'm going to say to you, Angela, is you could go and get another 40-day workbook if that is what you wish. However, a PDF of the exercise pages is going to be available. And the way I do the workout now is that I use a page, because one whole day is on one sheet of paper, front and back, including the pre-paving and the nighttime pre-paving on the back. And so what I do is I complete that page and I toss it out. I don't keep it. I never want to visit it again. There's no value in going back. Hi, Kareen. Good morning. So that's what I do. I just print it out. I make photocopies, and that's how I do the workout. And so you're most welcome to do the workout that way. The 365, unlimited 365, will take physical form once this group, the founders, have gone through the 365-day cycle. That's when the new workbook with 365 days of exercises and 365 days of affirmations with the explanation will be born. So we are creating a brand new day every day. And the first 40 days are going to be the same for the 40-day group and the 365-day group. The first 40 days are going to be the same. But the difference is, in the mastermind group, every week I will give you a new exercise to do. And this new exercise is turning into a course called the manifesting muscle, right? And that manifesting muscle is what we are sharpening with the new exercises that are coming in. And it's not an exercise that you need to do every day. It's just one exercise that you're doing once for the whole week. And then on the weekend, we are discussing that, right? So it's not going to add a whole lot of work, because it's not about adding more work. And then in the mastermind group, what's a wonderful affirmation Suba is saying to say when you first wake up? Well, mine is I'm going to have a good day. That's it. And then I go into the bathroom, I look at myself in the mirror, and I tell myself how gorgeous I am. And I love myself, right? Can I get the PDF of the daily pre-paving? Yes, actually, if you're all in the Unicorn Club, and the PDF is under the Files tab already. The 40 days PDF is already, just the exercise pages, is already under the Files tab in the Unicorn Club. So you can grab it from there, and I will be adding material to the mastermind group as well as we go along. So you'll have that. Yes, I know. That's the whole thing. You guys are co-creating with me, and I'm so excited about that. Suba, in your workbook, you'll find a pre-paving, and that pre-paving is my prayer. So when I open one eye, I'm already reciting my pre-paving in my heart while I'm still in bed. That is the most powerful thing that you can do, right? So the pre-paving, I'm going to read it out to you. Dear God, thank you for a brand new opportunity to enjoy life. I want my day to unfold with ease. I want good things to come my way. I want to remember to appreciate people, places, and things. I want to be good to myself and others. I want to end this day feeling happy and satisfied, and I want to remember at all times that all things are possible. This is what is my morning prayer. This is on my fridge. This is in my office on my wall. This is on my phone, a picture on my phone. This is everywhere. It is not just for the morning, although I do say it in the morning, but I also say it when I get ready to drive in the morning, which is not all 7 days of the week, but when I leave the house in the morning, on the days that I do, that's when I say this prayer. Zara, is the mastermind group already available? Yes, my dear. Today is day 1 in the mastermind group as well as the Unicorn Club. So that's why we're all gathered here together, because day 1 is the same on both sides of the fence, right? It is day 1. But then some things that are going to happen in the mastermind are not going to happen in the Unicorn Club. So I'm not going to be live every morning in the Unicorn Club. I'm only going to be live on Sunday mornings in the Unicorn Club. But I'm going to be live every morning in the mastermind group. Okay? So, yes, Corinne, the mastermind is here. We had our first session yesterday. And, so much is happening. And you know what, guys? I have some really exciting news to share with you. My personal news. And it's so fortuitous that it is day 1. And I have amazing news to share with you. Guess what? Last night, my daughter and I, as we do on the weekends, we were watching our favorite show. It's if you don't know it, it's a lovely show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Prime. And so she and I, we finished watching the show, and then we just got chatting. And she's been on this journey with me because she was brought up by the old me until she was about 15. And then I started reprogramming myself, and through the process of reprogramming myself, I reprogrammed her. And last night, my daughter told me that she's going to be joining the mastermind group, and she's going to be present in the Unicorn Club. She's going to be joining me in the work that I do. And oh my God, I'm beyond excited. I am just, you guys, you have no idea how thrilled I am to have this come to pass. I just don't even have the words to express to you the joy. And so she and I later on today will be doing a video together. And I don't know if it's going to be live or maybe we'll record it. And so she's going to be she's very techie, my daughter, of course she is. And so she's going to take over the entire technological management of all my groups. And I'm really excited about that because that's going to free me up to spend more time with you guys. So I'm really, really excited about that. Yes, it's all over my face, I know. So if you think that I have a special glow this morning, which I can feel, then you know why that is, right? That's why. Corinne, can you send me a new request for the mastermind group, please, because it has not worked with the last email? Okay, sweetheart, I will do that. No problem. You know what, Subat, I attracted it. Yes, I totally attracted it. I've wanted it, but I was not attached to it. I was quite happy to allow her to do whatever she wanted to do. And it just happened on its own, and I did not go and ask her. She came to me. And that's how the best manifestations happen. Yes, I know, Angela. I am beyond excited. It's so good. Yes, and so I know you guys will love her. She is an angel. She's amazing. Some of you already know her. But yes, so exciting, isn't it? So there you go on day 1. and the universe has already given me an amazing gift. So, all right, guys. So here I am today. You have me captive. I am here to answer questions. If there are any questions, I want you all to just get excited. Day one, this energy, if we just, it's like a baton that we pass to the next day, right? The energy that we generate today, think of it as you have this baton, just a stick in your hand, like we used to play or run a relay, right? And it was all about handing each other that baton, and then the next person would carry it. And so what we're doing is we're breathing our energy into this baton, and we are handing it to the future me. The future me is getting this, that I've breathed my energy in. My future me has it. And now my future me is going to live the next day and hand it over to me. And so it keeps going. And that's why the 40-day workout has become the 365-day workout. And really, it's all about our energy. It's all about retraining our minds not to get attached to any specific outcome, to give birth to desire and just let it go. That phrase that we all learned as schoolgirls, we all learned this phrase, that if you love someone, let them go. And if they come back to you, they're yours. And that applies to every desire that we ever give birth to in life. If we just let it go, and when it comes back, it's ours. So it's that letting go process that law of attraction is all about. That is what Abraham teaches. That is what I find so many thousands of examples to teach you about. Margie is saying, see, I was told that things would happen that even you didn't know about. Yes, I know. I did not know about. And I still don't know. And here's the thing I want all of you guys in the Foundation Mastermind group to know. I have no idea what's coming. I was inspired to give you that exercise that I gave you yesterday on the spot. The meditation that we did together was on the spot. It was not a script that I had prepared earlier. And it was amazing, and I didn't want to come out of it. And so what I want to say to you is, I don't know what's coming next week. I'll find out when I get there. And that's part of what keeps that excitement alive, because I don't know how the universe is going to surprise and delight me. So that's what it really means. It's about just let go. Let go. Margie, I want to ask you a question. Tell me, did I actually post a video for you last night, or did I just dream about posting a video for you last night? Because I know I taped it, but I couldn't see it on the group wall. And so I was like, okay, I did tape it, but did I post it? So did you see it this morning, or did I forget to post it and maybe I'll post it after we are done just now? You didn't see it, right? Yeah, that's what I think. I think I taped it, but I never ended up posting it. But in my dream, I did post it. What was your process for reprogramming? Were there any resources you find particular? So this is a question from Angela. Excellent question. What was your process for reprogramming? Let me answer that first. Angela, my process for reprogramming, at that time, the workbook did not exist. The workbook came into being as a result of the work that I did reprogramming myself. And Monisha, we have all to thank for, because she was going through a phase in her life where I wanted to offer her structured help. And that is why the workbook is actually dedicated to her. Because when she was going through a patch in her life that I needed or felt that I wanted to help her through, I created the workbook. But my process when I was reprogramming myself, I did not have a smartphone, but I had yellow stickies. And so my process for reprogramming was to put yellow stickies everywhere in my house to remind me what I needed to do. And that's how I reprogrammed myself. And I realized that I had to change those yellow stickies and do red stickies or blue stickies, because after a day or two, I wouldn't see the yellow stickies anymore. We have this thing in advertising. I used to teach advertising, by the way, to MBA students. We had a lot of fun. But in advertising, there's this thing that happens. I forget what I used to call it now, but we develop a blind spot to something that is in the same place every day. So either you have to change the place of it, or you have to change. It's like billboards, when a company puts a new billboard on, and that's the route you drive every day, you notice it for 3 or 4 days and then you don't notice it anymore. That's why companies who rent billboards keep changing them, keep them fresh, because we have this blind spot and we stop seeing those billboards. So that's what it was with me. I would see the yellow stickies for a week and then they didn't exist. So I kept changing them. I had affirmations on them. Most of them were just one word: appreciate, gratitude, words like that, just one word. And I would have them everywhere. In my car, on my computer. Bathroom wall was my favorite place, because when I went into the bathroom, it reminded me that what I needed to do in my self-talk. Reminded me to love myself as I looked at my reflection in the mirror. So that's the reprogramming process. It was slow. I stumbled and fell a number of times, made lots of mistakes, made things worse, then realized why I made them worse, and then made them better. Were there any resources you find particularly helpful? So one of the things that I did, and I didn't know that it was a process, but it worked out to be, is that I stopped thinking my own thoughts. And I brought a bag full of audio tapes from the library. They were CD programs and cassette tapes. I bought them, and for a whole month, every waking moment, I just listened to someone else. And at the end of that month, I realized that things were getting better for me. And the reason things were getting better for me was because I was not thinking my own thoughts. And that's when I realized that my self-talk needed to change. So then after that, I realized, oh, things are getting better to me because I'm not poisoning myself. I'm listening to people that I think are wise and know more than me. And so that's when I realized that I need to change my self-talk. So then I taught myself to do the focus wheel and rampages. I learned that from Abraham, and because I'm an analyst, I systematized that process, and that is what I teach now, and it's called the 4-step process. And it's in the Heart and Mind Alignment program, but you also find it. The first time I wrote about it was in the book Prosperity Puzzle, and then I enhanced it, and it's in the book Thrive, which I'm trying to find here. So in the book Thrive. So the book Thrive then is basically a summary of that journey of reprogramming that I did. And then Angela is saying, I've been working on this since I began LOA so that I could get past pessimistic and negative thought patterns and poor self-talk. Yes, sweetheart, exactly like me, right? And so my journey, so I don't know if you have this book, Angela, but at this point in time, I think it would be really helpful for you to get this book, because this book is a summary of what I understood. I've captured it in there. And then Margie is saying, you were in my dream last night too. There you go. Yes. Because I before I went to bed, I know I taped that video for you. I just don't know if I posted it. So, oh, Manisha, you created this, my dear. Yes, of course. You are the reason that the workbook, Moni, you are the reason that the workbook exists. And why would I not acknowledge it? Right? You are part of the co-creation. And that's why you're part of this group. That's right. We have been on the same journey. And then let's see. Angela, it hasn't been enough for me to believe in LOA. I've been immersed in books, podcasts, etc. to focus on confidence, self-worth, positive thought, etc. I honestly absorb all day long to undo a lifetime of practicing being unkind to myself. Yes. Angela, I completely relate to what you're saying, because from time to time I share my life story, and for the longest time it was not a very pleasant journey. But now I can see that I'm the one who made it the way it was. And I'm also the one who has the ability to change it. What you're doing to yourself, Angela, is something that I did not do to myself, and that is the only difference between you and me. And that is, I did not become impatient. Abraham, I can actually see myself in my living room, in my breakfast parlor. I can actually see myself listening to Abraham, and Abraham said this one thing, and I took it to heart. And Abraham said, just shut up and do the work. And we promise you that everything will turn out all right. And by that time, I believed in Abraham so much that I said to myself, if Abraham says, just do the work, I'm going to do the work and not look for results. And that is when I let go attachment to the outcome completely. I just let it go. I said, I'm just going to do what Abraham is telling me to do. I'm just going to do this that Abraham is telling me to do. And what was Abraham telling me to do at that point in time? It was not about meditation. It was not about visualization. It was not about any specific exercise. All Abraham was saying was, understand the difference between what is negative thought, what is positive thought, and just be positive. Understand the difference and be positive. And so that's what I started doing, is I became conscious of what was coming out of my mouth and how I was thinking. And I started by observing other people and what they were saying and what was happening in their life. Then I took apart my parents' lives. I analyzed my parents' lives, what they used to say, what was happening in their life. And that's how I learned to change my self-talk. Hang on one second. So Nicole, what is Nicole saying? We are so lucky that we can distract ourselves. Yes. Okay. Yes, you have a library of, the other day I was looking at my YouTube channel and I already have more than 350 videos on there. I didn't realize that I'd put out so much content. So yes, go for it. Absolutely. And what is Subha saying here? Prolific about not listening to yourself for about a month. Yes, Subha, that was extremely powerful. And what it did for me was amazing. The realization that I actually realized how poisonous my own thinking was. And I realized the power of what had happened. So it wasn't a process. I didn't do any process. I just stopped thinking my own thoughts. That was the process, Angela. The process was stop thinking your own thoughts. I think I'm getting through the phase of not listening to my own thoughts, and now I can think without going to a negative place. I almost can't go to that. Yes! See, it takes time, my dear. Why can't I see? I like hearing that you did something similar. Yes, yes, yes. And it just, for me, it just happened accidentally. I was driving and I had this sudden impulse. I was on the street where my neighborhood library is. And so for those of you who are familiar with Oshawa, the Northview branch, I was on Beatrice Street going towards Ritson, and I had this sudden impulse to stop at the library. And the impulse was so strong. In those days, I was not so much into listening to my guidance, but that impulse was so strong that I could not ignore it. And the library was just a few meters away, so I turned into the library parking lot, went inside, came out with 2 bags full. They had to give me bags. I did not have bags with me. The librarian had to give me bags because I had so much stuff. And the thing is, I had my library card and my daughter's library card, and I think we were allowed 20 things to issue on each card. So I remember I came back with 40 programs. The bags were full. And then I proceeded to listen to all that material. That's how I spent 2 months listening to someone else doing the talking. And I had a CD player. I forget what they were called. Walkmans? No, they were called something else. I actually borrowed it from my daughter because I did not own one. And I stuck earbuds in my ears. I had that Discman, that's what it was called. I had the Discman, and I took it everywhere with me. And in those days I was working from home, so that's all I did ever was just listen to that material. Oh, good. I'm glad, Angela, you have Thrive. Awesome. Manisha Zara said she'll be in your... Zara, this should be your intro to the course. Okay. Thank you. Well, this video is going to be archived anyway, right? So yes, maybe I will do that, Moni. Thank you. I didn't feel impatient. I just knew I could undo. Okay, that's good, Angela. If you didn't feel impatient, then just keep doing the work. It takes time, my dear. It takes time. It's one tiny step at a time, because there's past momentum that keeps pulling us backwards. And in order to get away from the past momentum, we have to keep doing a lot of work for some period of time. And once we get through that, we escape the orbit of that negative momentum, the planet that we were on, planet negative. We escape the momentum. So that's, you know how they talk about centrifugal force? So you have to go past gravity in order to go into space. It's like that. We've been living our life on this negative planet, and we're trying to escape. But it keeps, gravity of that planet keeps pulling us back. So we need to generate so much energy that we can escape the gravity of this negative planet. Once we do, then we take off, literally. And then we land on another planet, and that is positive. So I'm really thrilled that you're here, because look at what you've created. You have created this journey for yourself, and it is unfolding at the perfect speed for you. It's amazing. Discman, yes, Jeanette, thank you. That's exactly what it is, the Discman. I found an LOA podcast. Okay, yeah. These days we have podcasts and we can listen to YouTube all day. Noticing, yes, it's Nicole is saying it starts by noticing your thoughts and then making a conscious effort to stop them and change the direction. Then realizing how often it happens. You're so right, Nicole. That is the process. You start understanding how negative you are in the way you talk, and then you start changing it. And slowly, you change the way you talk. It's wonderful. And then you can congratulate yourself. I also knew I couldn't improve my physical health if I couldn't accept and love myself and my body. Yes, sweetheart, Angela, you are doing extremely well. You're on the path. You're getting it. And it's that seed that you've planted. And it is germinating. And things are going to happen. And for you, this 365 journey is, it's going to be memorable. A lot is about to unfold and happen. It's going to be so exciting. Yes, Karine, the analogy of the two cars, one positive and negative, is the other way how I explain old momentum, right? It's a race, and the blue car can win provided we keep fueling it. If we don't refuel the blue car, which is about doing all the work, about doing all the exercises, that's how we keep that blue car going. Yes, and then that's how we stop fueling the red car, which is the old one we used to ride. And I'm just doing that, I'm saying that, putting it out there for the benefit of those people who are not familiar with that analogy, is the red car is the old car we used to ride. It consists of all our old beliefs. So if we stop fueling it, eventually it will stop because there won't be any fuel in it. And in the meantime, we fuel the blue car. So in the end, the blue car wins the race. That's the idea. Awesome. Angela, you are here at the right time, in the right place, because a large part of the work that we are going to do in the mastermind group, like I said yesterday, is going to be about self-worth. It's going to be about improving our physical health and the way we look. And a lot of our looks have to do with our thoughts. Our thoughts show up on our face. Like my thought about my excitement about my daughter coming along with me on this journey is showing up on my face today. And that is what makes you healthy. That's what makes you attractive, and other people can see it, right? And you can feel it. It feels good. All right, guys. We've been at it for an hour. Does anyone have a question? If you don't have any questions, yoo-hoo! Day 1 and day 2 tomorrow. I'm so excited. All things are possible. All things, everything is possible. All possibilities exist out there. Everything that we want is possible. And so the thing to remember is when you find yourself looking at something and saying, oh, that's just not going to happen, or, that's just, I can't do that. Make this a core belief. All things are possible. All things are possible. And so if I'm saying that it's not possible, that means that I want this to be my belief, but I'm not actually practicing it. So how do I practice this new belief that all things are possible? I practice it by telling myself, that's what I want to believe. So if I'm looking at this thing and saying it's not possible, I need to change the way I'm looking at this. How do I change it? I'm still looking at it and I still feel I can't have it, but I can change the way I talk about it. I can soften it and I can say, I feel that I may not be able to get it today, but I know there's a way, and that way will show itself, will reveal itself to me, right? And that's how you keep making progress. That's how you soften that unbelievability factor and make it a believable factor. Angela, yes, 8:30 on weekdays and 10:30 on weekends. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So good to see you all here. I'm excited. We're going to have so much fun together. Remember that questions are really, really important. Questions that help you to apply the material to your life. That is the most important thing. Hi, Jawad. Yay! I'm so glad that you are here. Oh, Sumbul is lovely. Yes, she is. She's a sweetheart. So I'm so happy you're here, Jawad. Perfect timing. Okay, guys, that's it for me. If no one has a question just now, I'm going to see you all tomorrow in the mastermind group. And those of you in Unicorn Club, I'm going to see you next Sunday. Bye for now.